Hey everybody, my name's Mike. This is my YouTube page, Mox News. Thank you very much for tuning in. I hope you're finding something of value here. I truly do. So, I wanted to tell you guys a story about, I saw this squirrel helping another squirrel out of harm's way, and it seemed like a really powerful thing when I saw it. And I think that people look at creatures, the smaller creatures, like they don't have any empathy, or they don't have any feeling or any real thought capacity. And I just think that's not true. I think for whatever reason that we want to belittle them, you know, it's pretty obvious to me, and it always has been for me since I was little, that all the creatures are very sentient, and they're very aware of who they are and the other creatures around them, even though they can't figure out cars. So anyways, I was coming home from a walk with the dogs a couple weeks ago. My roommate has two dogs, a brother and sister from the same litter, Rufus and Sammy. They're the lights of my life. And uh, and we were at the front door, and I was trying to get the front door open to get the dogs inside. And the girl dog was all like agitated and like kind of, lurching towards this direction over here. And I was like, girl, what's your problem? And I'm looking around the front yard, and up on the fence, there's a fence separating our front yard from the neighbor's backyard. And up on the fence there was a squirrel, and he was on top of another squirrel. And it was like there was a little squirrel that was on top of a bigger squirrel. Um, they were like belly to belly though. And I looked at him, I was like, girl, settle down. And I was like, hey, you two, get a room. And because, I thought I was like springing in the air or whatever. And, and I looked again, I could tell something wasn't right, that something was wrong. There was like this major distress, in the squirrel's face. So I got the dogs in the house, and I went to the backyard, and I let the dogs in the house, and the squirrel was just the fence that he was walking down, um, was it leads into our backyard, so it separates our front yard and our backyard from the neighbor's backyard. And the squirrel's walking, and the other squirrel, the larger squirrel, is wrapped around the smaller squirrel. As I got both front and back paws wrapped around the squirrel and just clinging to it as tight as can be, and just like his eyes are all big and stressed. And the smaller squirrel is like trying to walk on top of the fence and balance and get his friend wherever it was he's trying to take him. And I come out in the backyard, and the squirrel's right there where I'm at, and the squirrel stops, and he looks at me. Turns and looks at me. He's like, hey, can you help me? And I was like, I'm sorry, bro, I don't know what I can do. And he turned and he looked down the fence, and he's like that. And I looked down the fence, and there's a crow sitting there at the end of the fence. And the crow is just waiting for him to drop his friend so he can like attack it and start pecking at it. And I picked up a stick and I threw it at the crow. I said, get out of here, you fucking vulture. And the crow flew away. And the little squirrel carried his friend down the fence and disappeared. And I kept thinking about the squirrel and what a rough night it must have been for him, trying to whatever it was he was doing for his friend, hopefully he got him where he was trying to get him. And I kept thinking, it'd be such an amazing world if we could all just treat each other that way, Somebody's in harm's way. We reach out and we pick him up and we say, hey man, don't worry, I got you. We got you. All of us got you. You're covered. Anyways, I thought that was a really important story to share with you. And I know I tried to start before, but it kind of got convoluted with some other stuff. So I wanted to tell you that story, and I want to say thanks very much to Chico again, because, there's 7,400 plus videos on this Mox News archive. It takes a lot of time and effort to build an archive like that and protect it from the censors. So if you, and Chico, again, kicked down another $5. So I want to say thank you to Chico after last night's video. He kicked down another $5. So thanks, Chico. And he was the only one. But if you'd like to help Mox News continue to build these amazing archives of awareness building videos, it's easy to do. There is a clickable link in the description box below this video where you can go to Mox News, and it's easy to do there, moxnews.com, where it should take about 2 minutes to make a donation to Mox News, or a contribution or a tip, however you'd like to look at it. I like to look at it as like a tip, because I work really hard and I survive solely on tips. So all I'm saying is, you know, be more like the squirrel. Be more like the squirrel than the vulture. You know, fuck the vultures. The vultures need to go. They serve their purpose, but in our real world, you know, where human vultures, they don't serve a purpose. They need to go. Anyways, stay cool. Wednesdays, this war is going to end. Hopefully Mox News will be there to celebrate on that day with you. But it's not going to end until we're more like the squirrels than the vultures. Thanks a bunch, Chico.